In the programme, we teach the information of understanding the trauma that's happened. We understand how it's affected the brain, so what I call the brain science of PTSD, and then multiple coping mechanisms, because there's no one size fits all for those who have been through any form of trauma. You know, if I've witnessed something and it was a traumatic event, doesn't mean that the person who's witnessed it with me would have the same symptoms of reactions or emotional responses to that. So we have to make it very individual, because that is what PTSD and anxiety is. It's individual to that person from what they've experienced. So our coping mechanisms that we teach and our techniques to overcome it day to day, they're very wide. And so they go through this structured program, 7 weeks, 7 sessions. We look at anger management and emotional numbing, because obviously when you've been through any form of trauma, you become emotionally numb. So you have an attachment issue to certain, especially with relationships and your environment. And then at the end, obviously, we close it with looking at your relapse. But by the end of the 7 week, they have a complete workbook, which becomes their own personal self-help guide, because they've worked through those triggers. They've had to understand their safety behaviours. They've had to understand what they respond to for trauma. I used the program myself for my own recovery, and then had this, let's put it out there and see if it works. And it worked. And after running the first few programs, I did the evaluations from the feedback of 20 women at that point who we had worked with, and we had 100% success that they would recommend the program. We had 90% success that from when they came in, and they didn't have lack of understanding of PTSD, they now had 90% understanding of PTSD and a 90% success rate of overcoming psychological trauma. It was pretty inspirational that now we've focused in this PTSD program to implement it into other organisations and to hopefully reduce waiting lists in mental health, because it's a short-term program, but it has a long-term effect. And that's where we need to address psychological trauma. My name's Mamie Miftahi. I'm the CEO of She Can Consultancy. Please reach out to us via our website, shecanconsultancy.com. You can join our live chat, or you can find us on Facebook.